automatically gets into the postseason tournament in Mobile. So this is huge. Wildcats, Coyotes have faced one another once before in Mobile, and it was a 3-2 Coyote win as we get set for matchup number 2. Just moments away from first serve here on JockJive.
It's the dreaded appointment. You've put it off long enough. You've run out of excuses. And now you've got to face your fears head on. Fortunately, there's someone there who won't hold your feelings against you. Somebody whose efforts instead will give you your best selfie smile. You'll thank her when it's over. Be somebody. Enroll in the Dental Assisting Program at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Preparing for surgery is like getting ready for the big game. You arrive early. You get your mind right. You make sure every tool is ready and the team has the right equipment. Your patient may never know your name. They may never realize that somebody cared enough to ensure all the little tasks were done right. But that's okay. You do. Be somebody. Enroll in the Surgical Technology Program at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Coyotes and Wildcats here on JockJive. There you see the regular season marks, 4-3 in conference play. Well, the Wildcats 5-3, the Coyotes. One game below 500 Coyotes overall. Wildcats dead even at 500. Taking a look at the ladies who will be on the floor first to begin this one. For Bishop State, it'll be Griffin Thomas, Manning King, Chapman, Jamon, and Taylor. Meanwhile, the Coyotes countering with Kelly, Shelley, St. Amant, Bochelle, Canero, Edwards, and Hickman. A different look to the starting lineup. Ella Grace Woods not in. Morgan Hickman not in to begin this one. I feel certain they will quickly, though, get into the ball game. And it's Layla Manning, who is number 5 in the conference in assists per set. We'll try the first serve. She's got 20 aces on the year. And with the serve, we've got this big one underway. It is to Shelley. Nice save by Chapman. Shoved over to St. Amant. Drive across from the left side. Little joust on the net. St. Amant wins it. Coastal North scoring the first points of this one. And I said I thought quickly we would get some ladies in. Ella Grace Wood and Morgan Hickman already. Ella Grace Wood checks in as Canera comes off the floor. Set to the mid part of the floor. The free ball sent over by Taylor. Wood able to reach, get Bochelle, sends it over. Setting up the mid part of the floor. It was a slam by Griffin, but able to return it. Coyotes into the backcourt. Hickman gets it. Over to St. Amant. She's got 2. Bochelle back to serve. Bochelle on the season, 23 aces. Drives it over but goes long. And the service error will result in the first points for Bishop State. Seems like I'm doing this a lot lately, but let me go ahead and apologize for the raspy voice again. As I mentioned before, Lee Greenwood, Kenny Rogers, others have made millions off the raspy voice. It's just not making me millions. Driven from the opposite side of the floor, playing off the roof. Kelly got to it first. Hickman with the free ball over. Back set to Jamont. It is blocked. Couple of teams that are in control of their own destiny. If you're Coastal North and you win out, you're in. You're 3. If you're Bishop State and you win out, you're in. You are 3. Obviously, winning out is not going to happen for both. Free ball bumped over by Chapman. Back set, Wood off the net. Chapman able to get to it. Tipped over by Griffin. Bishop State within 1. In Bruton, Alabama, a nearly full house. Good crowd on hand watching this major matchup. Chapman serving 17 aces on the year for the 059 hitter. Drives it over to St. Amant. And St. Amant was trying to pass to the front line, got it over, and drops it in. And Brenna Shelley will serve for the Coyotes. It was a 5-set match the last time these two teams met. As that is into the net from Jamai. Also Morgan Hickman. I make that Morgan Higgins has checked into the lineup. Morgan has been suffering from a little bit of an injury, a strain, probably more than an injury. But into the lineup. That will go a little bit long. Coyotes by 4 early. But Higgins back onto the floor, playing the mid part of the floor currently, with Shelley serving up her second in a 4-point game. And it's Megan Flynn who is checked in, or Flippin actually. Megan Flippin. Here comes Paris Collier. She'll enter the game and serve for the Wildcats. Collier with 3 aces. The freshman has only played in 9 matches and 24 sets. There have not been a lot of matches, though, as Edwards will drive it over. Two-handed shove into the backcourt by King. Back set, Woods aiming for the corner. She'll get it. Coyotes again by 4. But yeah, when you comparatively speak, Bishop State 14 matches this year. And where Coastal North is concerned, you got 25, and the 25 is pretty much the norm across the ACCC. The 14 for Bishop State a little bit below. That will go out. Melina Cadero will serve, but it will happen after the break. We go to the first one with the Coyotes up by 5.
You're organized, driven, focused, ready to create the life of luxury in the most beautiful and unique locations, locally and around the world. Discover hospitality management at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Coyotes taking a 5-point lead into the first timeout. Coach Keyshock and company asking for the opportunity to chat on the sidelines. We resume play with Cadera serving. She'll get the ace coming out of the timeout. Coyotes by 6. And Cadero again serving. A 182 hitter with 25 aces this year. Now 26. Chapman gets to it first. Setting up Thomas. And the Coyotes by 7. Conference tournament happens again in Mobile at the Civic Center. As Chapman will get to it first. It is dinked over by King. Higgins able to get there. Back over to Edwards. Drives it across. Collier. Driven. Cadero got to it. Diamond saved by Bochelle. Put over by Hickman. Edwards getting a piece of it. Not able to send it over. And it'll be 4 serving 10. Into the lineup for Bishop State to serve is Braden Holston. Holston has appeared in 13 of the 14 matches. Canero picks it up off the net. Edwards fires it over. Holston able to get underneath. That is driven by Tamaria Taylor. Five serving 10. Holston again with a serve. Hickman getting there first. St. Amant the bump. Higgins the free ball over. It is tipped over to the right side. Driven across by Taylor. Cadero getting into Higgins. Drives it into the backcourt. Dug out by Holston. And you had 2 hits from one Wildcat. Back to a 6-point lead. Serve back over to the Coyotes. Madison Kelly doing the honors. Madison Kelly, a lot of playing time. Typically not a starter though, but is starting today. Into the backcourt. Canero able to pick up the ball after the Kelly shot off the ceiling. Kelly sending it back over. St. Amant got a hand on him, but King with a kill. Where postseason is concerned, to get into technically postseason, you want to be one of the top 4 teams. These 2 teams will be one of the top 4. And here's the caveat. You want to be one of the top 3 to avoid a play-in game as St. Amant goes long. So it's not just about being in the top 4. You want to be 3, don't get a play-in game on Thursday, which was a winner-take-all contest against the 4 seed out of the north. St. Amant sends it into the net. The Wildcats have drawn to within 3. And it's the Coyotes that ask for time.
Discover pastry baking at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Coyotes coming out of the timeout, sent cross court by Edwards from the right side. Over it goes to the mid part of the floor, picked up by King. Hickman able to get to it first. Left-handed tip over by Edwards. Right-handed this time by Edwards, and it drops. Coyotes have scored first coming out of each timeout. There have been 2, 1 apiece. 1 for Bishop State, 1 for the Coyotes. Hickman on the serve. Holston off the ceiling over to the scorer's table, wrong side of the antenna. And the Coyotes by 5 again with Hickman again serving. Hickman with 28 aces this year. Over it goes to Taylor, bangs it over. Cadera able to get underneath. Hickman Bumps it over to St. Amant. Into the backcourt. Taylor again drives it down the line. Kelly gets to it first. Cadero, two-handed shove over. Picked up by Manning. And is blocked by Shelley. Over Bochelle, dug out by Kelly. Hickman pumps it over to St. Amant, the two-handed shove over. Finally brought over by Flippin to put it into the volley. And again, get the Wildcats within 4. Layla Manning serving, 20 aces this year. Second trip through the service rotation, second time we have seen Manning. Hickman to Cadero, then sent over by Bochelle. Holston, and he's setting up Jamont, but Jamont sends it into the net. And the Coyotes with a 14-9 advantage. Back set, Jamont dinks it over Shelley and St. Amant. Well, if you are the Coyotes and you win tonight, unofficially, I would have to do the math. You probably got it wrapped up. You probably got the 3-spot wrapped. Shelley, 49 kills coming in. There's kill number 50. And St. Amant will serve. But if Bishop State loses, they fall to 4-4 with 2 more conference matches against the stiffest competition in the South Division, LBW and Enterprise State. But if they knock them both off, and Coastal North lost to Enterprise State, their lone remaining conference foe, it wouldn't matter because you got 2 Coastal North wins in head-to-head competition against Bishop State. So yeah, if you are Coastal North and you win tonight, 3's wrapped up. It is in doubt as you got the ace from St. Amant. The doubt would arise if Bishop State wins tonight. And then you've still got to play the rest of the conference season to know who is 3 and who is 4. 1 and 2 is already determined. Now, not necessarily who will be 1 and who will be 2, but the 2 teams that can vie for the 2 spots. LBW and Calhoun. Timeout on the floor. Coyotes building a 9-point lead.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master electrical and mechanical skills, process controls, hydraulics and pneumatics, and land a job that can take you anywhere. Start your path to a career that pays. Discover electrical and instrumentation technology at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Let's see if the Coyotes can do what they've done the last 2 times coming out of the timeout, and that is scoring first. As St. Amant gets ready to serve in a 19-10 contest. First set. Rolled over the top of the net, but picked up nicely by Manning. And for the first time, first point after the timeout belongs to Bishop State. 8-point game, 11 serving 19. Trinity Chapman, who's been in 14 matches and 51 sets, sends it to St. Amant. Bochelle bumping it to Wood, drives it right side. Manning is there. Into the backcourt, that is Thomas to Hickman. Free ball sent over by St. Amant. Chapman gets underneath. Going a little bit long, that is King. And the Coyotes 5 away from wrapping up the opening set. Brenna Shelley on the serve. Chapman gets to it first, shoved over to Thomas. It is blocked by Wood. Coyotes with the first double-digit lead, and it comes in set number 1. Brenna Shelley serving. Shelley played in 3 of the 5 sets the last time these two teams met. Paris Collier again serving. Bruton Gymnasium on the campus of Coastal North now, used to be East. Higgins, a 3-12 hitter when these teams met previously. Getting the kill on that particular day. She served up a total of 12 kills. Tied to Ella Grace Wood for Coastal Alabama North High. Over to Thomas. Did it get the antenna or the net? It got the antenna. Coyotes 2 away from a impressive and dominating opening set win. Cadero goes wide. Braden Holston serving, 10 aces on the year for Holston. St. Amand gets it first, pulling it off the net. Cadero. Free ball sent over by Bochelle. Higgins got a piece of it. Cadero after the Hickman ding. Well, let's see what happened. 2 hits from somebody. I don't think it was Hickman. Hickman was diving. Must have been Higgins or Bochelle. Back set. Higgins sends it over. Holston is there. Mid part of the floor. Hickman able to get there. Bochelle. 2-handed shove by St. Amand. Back over it goes to Taylor. Nice recovery by Cadero. That will go long. Little tip by King, and it travels just a tad out of bounds. And it'll be Madison Kelly who serves up set point. Shoved over to Taylor, and that will drop in. Wildcats not out of it, but backs against the wall. They've got to score 9 before the Coyotes score 1. Dug out by Hickman. Cadero sending it to Bochelle, drives it across. Over to Taylor. Cadero gets there. St. Amand drops it over. Collier underneath. Back over to Taylor. And Taylor drives it into the net. 1 set in, and that 1 set belongs to the Coyotes in this all-important Coyote-Wildcat matchup.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
hits a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
What's up, y'all? Here at Coastal Alabama. I'm about to go and get this leg day started. Let's get it. We're here again after today. You're... Hey, let's go, baby. Let's ride. Yes, sir.
Big opening set win for the Coyotes. A 25-15 final, winning it by double digits as we get set number 2 underway. Over to Tatum, blocked by Wood, able to pick it up Holston. Dug out by Hickman. Back set, Wood drives. There to return, Jemison. Holston sending the free ball over. Hickman gets to it first. Boschel to Wood, flips it across. Taylor able to get there. Back over to Taylor. Dinks it over Shelley. Bump back over to Higgins. Drives it into the backcourt. Jemison picks it up. Tipped over by King. And the opening point in set 2 belonging to Bishop State. I mentioned a good crowd on hand. Big game. It's drawn out the big dogs. Daniel Head, the AD of all the Coastals here. Keith Griffin, the baseball coach here. A lot of the baseball team here, too. Higgins into the backcourt to Jemison. Over it goes to King. Drops it in front of Higgins. And the Wildcats take a 2-zip lead here in set number 2. Janiah King serving 7 aces on the year for King. But here an error. And it'll give the Coyotes their first point of set 2 with St. Amant serving. Into the net from St. Amant. So unintentional reciprocating errors. Back over to the Bishop State side with Layla Manning serving. This, by the way, is the number 1 team. Higgins with a kill. Bishop State in aces in the conference. Averaging 2.5%. Brenna Shelley serving. Launches it over to Taylor. Bump back over to Taylor. She'll pump it over from the right side. Shelley able to dig it out. Driven right back by Taylor. Somewhere along the way, I misfired on my scoreboard. I'm going to match up with what they got here, 3 each. Over goes to Wood. Wood into the net. Tamaria Taylor serving. Hickman gets there first. Bumped over to Wood. Wood drives it. It is blocked off Wood. Kendall Thomas back into the game. Assisted on the block. Hickman, it'll go the other way. The ace for Taylor. And Bishop State with a 3-point lead. In set 2, trying to knot it up with a set each. In 3 set matches, Coastal North is 5-6. Dinked over by Higgins. Bishop State has only played in 1 match this year that went a mere 4 sets. And that was against Pearl River. Back set. Left-handed tip over by Griffin. Moshel bumping it across. Chapman able to get to it. Back set for Jamont. And Bishop State by 3. So there have been 14 matches for Bishop State. And 9 of the 14 have been 3-set matches. Bumped over to Thomas, sends it into the backcourt. St. Amant there. Moshel driving it over. Chapman gets to it. Back set way too long for Jamont. And the Coyotes will serve. Madison Kelly doing the honors. Chapman shoving it over to Thomas. St. Amant. It'll go off a pair of Wildcats, King and Jamont. And the Coyotes draw to within 1. Madison Kelly again serving. She'll go long. Longest win streak of the year for Coastal North was 3. Longest win streak for Bishop State. They've only won back-to-back games twice. Longest losing streak, 5 for the Wildcats. Coyotes lost 3 in a row twice this year. That was 3 in a row. Well, I tried it. 3 in a row. There we go. The voice is, as I mentioned, kind of picks and chooses when it wants to work. Into the net with a serve by Jemison. Reagan Hickman on the serve. Fisted over to Taylor, bumped to Chapman, back set. Driven over by King, but wondered if she got the antenna. She did not. Coyotes with a 3-point lead. Holston will serve. 10 aces this year for Holston. Driven, but Boschel able to get it. That's typically those shots that turn into a point, but Boschel with a nice recovery. Carrera sending it over to St. Amant. Over to Thomas, off Kelly. Holston serves again. Wildcats by 4. Into the backcourt to Hickman. And it's Shelley, but able to get an arm on it was Chapman. Kelly with the dive. Tip back over by Taylor. And we've got a timeout on the floor asked for by the Coyotes.
About to start my day, but first, coffee. Here with my Coastal crew. Woo! And that's how I end my day at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Coyotes win the opening set. Wildcats trying to take set number 2. When these two teams met in Mobile on the 6th of September. Coastal North won by the identical score, 25-15 in the opening set. And Bishop State took 2, Coastal North 3, Bishop State 4, Coastal North 5 on that particular day. Bumped over to Bochelle, sends it across, caught the lip of the net, able to get underneath Jimison. Picked up by Bochelle, Canera over to St. Amant. Holston got to it. Taylor into the net. Serve back over to Bochelle and company. Julie Bochelle. Chapman, nice job of pulling it off the net. Manning able to get it. That heads over this direction and out of bounds. Shania King serving. A .221 hitter on the second best hitting team in the conference. Wood driving it through the block of Griffin. Bishop State hitting .223. Coastal North a .190 hitting team, which is 7th best in the conference. Manning setting up Taylor. Shoved into the backcourt, Holston able to get to it. Manning again, the set. This time it is for Griffin. Griffin dinks it over. On her knees, St. Amant. Tipped over by Shelley. Over to Taylor. Able to get a hand on it with a dive. That was Higgins. Into the backcourt. Setting up Taylor. Drives it. Off Wood and out of bounds. It would be really strange, since in the opening set we matched September 6 scores, 25-15, if set number 2 was a 25-14 Bishop State win. You know, that deja vu can get kind of eerie at some point. Shelley sending it over. Manning with a back set. Jamont in front of the sideline. Tamaria Taylor will serve, 11 aces this year. Hickman to Bochelle, over goes to Wood. Off the block of Thomas. Back set, Jamont. Bochelle there. Hickman bumps it over to Wood, and Wood goes into the net. Taylor again serving. And she will get the ace off Wood. Taylor again the serve. Taylor a 187 hitter into the net. Coyotes will serve. Cadero coming in to do so. In the conference, Coastal North 16 set wins, 13 set losses. Cadero, nice job of recovery. Free ball from Hickman. Setting up Thomas, drives it over. And Canero can't get there. Again, Chapman, the libero, on the serve. Picked up by St. Amand. That is a big back set. I mean, you had to shove it if you were Canera over to Higgins. It works, though. Off Wildcat fingertips. Timeout on the floor with the break. We'll pause too.
It's the dreaded appointment. You've put it off long enough. You've run out of excuses. And now you've got to face your fears head on. Fortunately, there's someone there who won't hold your feelings against you. Somebody whose efforts instead will give you your best selfie smile. You'll thank her when it's over. Be somebody. Enroll in the dental assisting program at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Six-point advantage belongs to Bishop State, trying to knot it up at a match each. Kelly will serve it. Taylor there first. Manning pumps it over to Thomas. Picked up by St. Amand. Canero over to Edwards. Tips it over with the left hand. And the Coyotes get to within 5. I mentioned conference set wins. 16 wins, 13 losses in the conference for the Coyotes. And with that win in the opening set here, now 44-44 as far as overall. Bishop State, 14 set wins, 11 set losses in the conference coming in, make that 14-12 now. And 25-27 are the Wildcats overall in set wins versus losses. Coyotes get to within 3. Wildcats want to talk.
Preparing for surgery is like getting ready for the big game. You arrive early. You get your mind right. You make sure every tool is ready and the team has the right equipment. Your patient may never know your name. They may never realize that somebody cared enough to ensure all the little tasks were done right. But that's okay. You do. Be somebody. Enroll in the surgical technology program at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Aiming for the corner. Did she get in there? Yes, she did. Edwards. And the Coyotes will get to within 2 in set number 2. Madison Kelly continuing to serve. Serves it into the net. Bishop State 6 away from a set 2 win. Coastal North is 9 away from a 2-0 advantage. Kelly digs it out. Bochelle sends it into the backcourt. Flipping to the front line. That's too strong. Coyotes back to within 2. Well, I mentioned the good crowd on hand. Big dogs too. And Coach Ivy here. Softball turned cross country coach. Got the antenna from Thomas. Hickman will serve. 1 point separating the two. Coyotes would love to take the commanding 2-0 lead. It is driven in by Ella Stapleton. Checks into the lineup, only has 7 kills on the year, and steps in and delivers her 8th, and then steps off the floor. Braden Holston back in, and she'll serve. Over to Hickman. Cadera setting up Higgins. It is blocked by King. Over to St. Amant. Able to play it off the roof was Jimison. Over to Beauchelle. Blocked by Taylor. St. Amant from the left side. Holston in the backcourt. Manning bumps it to Taylor. Drops it over, but Kelly's there. Shoves it over to St. Amant. And that will go off a couple of fingertips. Coyotes get to within 2 again. Serve back over to Beauchelle. Over to Taylor from the left side, and she'll go long. 20 serving 21. Beauchelle drops it over Manning with the back set to King. Lobs it into the backcourt. Kelly's there. Beauchelle setting up St. Amant. It is blocked by King. Dug out by Kelly. St. Amant again. Pulls it off the net. Over to Wood. Drops it into the corner. Manning setting up Taylor. Dinks it over. Shelley got a hand on it, but could not get a pass on. Shania King will serve again. Well, she was. Coming off the floor and serving in is Paris Collier. Collier with 3 aces this year. Sends it to Kelly. Back set St. Amant. And she couldn't get it over the net. Wildcats with a 3-point lead. Served up by Collier. Beauchelle able to get a hand on it, bumped over by St. Amant. Over the mid part of the floor, shoved over by Griffin. Wood drops it in. Collier trying to dive and get it, couldn't. St. Amant will serve. 21 serving 23. St. Amant with 23 aces this year. And I'm not sure what the discussion is. It was over at the scorers table. Put us on hold for a moment. And Chapman decided she couldn't let it go. Couldn't chance it being fair. Taylor drives it. And Bishop stayed a point away from tying this one up at 1 each. Just over the net, drops in front of Higgins. And set number 2 belongs to the Wildcats. So we are a couple of sets in, and to no one's surprise, we've got a dandy underway in Bruton.
You're organized, driven, focused, ready to create the life of luxury in the most beautiful and unique locations, locally and around the world. Discover hospitality management at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Here's the 7 guy. Right up the middle, base hit, back-to-back base hit. Starter with a double. The single from Cumbie coming to the plate and tagged down at home.
Discover pastry baking at Coastal Alabama Community College. A couple of sets in, and we are knotted up at 1. Opening set, a 25-15 Coastal North win. Set number 2, Wildcats will win at 25-21. And here we go with 3 with a promise of 4. And in 4-set matches, Coastal North is 3-5. In 4-set matches, Bishop State is 1-0. Kelly bumps into Bochelle, slapped over by Shelley. Over to Taylor, sends it into the backcourt. Cadero setting up St. Amant. The block by Manning, fisted over by Shelley. St. Amant able to get a hand on it. Cadero with the back set. Bochelle aiming for the other corner and goes long. Bishop State taking the 2-zip lead early in this one. And there is Holston with a service error. That's how Coastal North got their first point in set number 2. Same crew in set 3. Bochelle launches it over. Holston there, Manning setting up Taylor, drives it. Hickman able to get to it. Over to Wood. Wood will drive it through the block of Manning and King. And the Coyotes tie it up at 2. Well, as I mentioned, when they played in Mobile on September 6th, Coyotes win 1-3-5. Bishop State wins 2-4. Into the net with a Bochelle serve. Ace followed by an error.
And we are tied at 3 each. Shania King serving. Over to St. Amant, blocked by Griffin. St. Amant with a free ball over. Holston there, and Griffin will shove it over. Griffin was in the air before Manning gave her the set. King will serve again. Bishop State on the road, 2-4. Coastal North here in Bruton, 5-6 on the year. St. Amant serving. Holston trying to decide how to position the hands. Blocked by Wood. Manning shoving it into the backcourt. St. Amant there. Back set to Wood. And Wood will drive it into the net. Manning again on the serve, the freshman. 14 matches, 51 sets this year. She has been in every one of them. Off Higgins for the ace. And Manning will serve again. Number 5 in the conference in assists per set. That is blocked by Taylor. Bumped over to Higgins. And blocked by Jamont. Higgins getting to it first. Driven over by Shelley. Slams it in the corner. Brenna Shelley serving. And she will step across the service line. So it is a service error. Back over to the other side of the floor in an 8-5 game. And good to hear from the commissioner of the ACCC, Dean Myrick. Only question I've got for you, Dean, is it says, great to have you back to work. Man, I've been working. Hickman pulls it off the net. Over it goes from Wood. Manning setting up Jamont. Tips it over, and we're able to get there. Bumped over to Higgins. Drives it into the back court. Taylor there. Swatted over by Griffin. Moshell got to it, couldn't return it. But yeah, it is a huge matchup tonight. We've been talking about how significant. And if you are Coastal North, if you win tonight, the way I see it, which I always throw that in, that's the same as saying unofficially a Coastal North win would be confirmation, affirmation of the 3 spot. A Coastal North loss and 3-4 is still undetermined. And I say that because North has only got 1 game remaining. And even if they lost that game, and even if Bishop State won all of their remaining games, based on head-to-head competition, North would have the edge. Higgins sends it over to Manning. Bumped over by Taylor. Into the backcourt from Holston. Make that Stapleton now in the game. Taylor to Manning. Tipped over by Jamont. Edwards got a piece of it. Cadero sends it to Bochelle. Shoved over to Stapleton. Drives it over. Dug out by St. Amant. Cadero, the two-handed shove over. Over to Stapleton. Into the backcourt. St. Amant gets it. Higgins tips it over. Got it back on the Jamont tip. Saved by St. Amant, but Cadero could not send it over. Time out on the floor. We'll take the break too. Wildcats by 5.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master electrical and mechanical skills, process controls, hydraulics and pneumatics, and land a job that can take you anywhere. Start your path to a career that pays. Discover electrical and instrumentation technology at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Knotted up at 1 apiece in sets. 11-6 Bishop State in set number 3. Bochelle sending it through the Jamont block. Higgins over to Carrero. Back set. Maybe kind of an unintentional one, but one nonetheless for Bochelle. Jamont to St. Amant. Over it goes to Higgins. Higgins driving it across from the left side. Griffin to the backcourt. Over it goes to Stapleton, and she'll go long. And Dean also mentioned the cross-country championship. Dean, give me some info. I know it's coming up. As a matter of fact, I talked to Coach Ivy here prior to the game, and she was talking about a trip to Huntsville for a meet there. It is shoved over to St. Amant. Drives it. She'll get the kill off of Taylor. Let's see. I could probably pull up, the ACCC website is extensive. So I can pull up some information on cross country. Over it goes to St. Amant, dinks it over that block attempt by King and Jamont. Hickman pumps it over to St. Amant. Free ball sent over. Underneath it, Chapman, that is driven in front of the end line by King. Jaden Jemison will serve. Taylor getting there first. Manning setting up Stapleton. Dug out by St. Amant. Bochelle dinking it over. Dug out by Chapman. Edwards getting a hand on it. Cadero trying to get it to the corner. Able to get underneath was Jemison. Stapleton with a tip over. Dug out by Cadero. St. Amant sending it through the King block. And Hickman will come in to serve. Cross-country championships coming up the 27th of October at John Hunt Park in Huntsville, Alabama. So just before the volleyball gets underway, I think, or will that be the same day? I have to pull out the Google Calendar and see what the 27th falls on. That's Friday. So they will overlap. Over to St. Amant, crushes it off Chapman. Somehow saved by Holston. Back over to St. Amant. Slams it again. Holston able to get there. Chapman over to Taylor. And she will go long. Bochelle serving. 10 serving 13. Manning slips it over, able to get a hand on it with St. Amant. Driven over by Wood. Setting up King. Got the top of the net. St. Amant able to get underneath. Back over to St. Amant. Holston nicely played off the ceiling by Chapman. Into the backcourt. Holston again able to get to it. Bumped over to Kelly. Bochelle sending it to St. Amant. Dink over. Taylor drives it from the right side. Wildcats by 4. Chapman will serve. Setting up Shelley. Drives it off Chapman. And it's a 3-point contest. St. Amant will serve. Last time these two teams met, she was a .261 hitter with 9 kills. Griffin aiming for the corner. And the Wildcats by 4. Next up for Coastal North is Saturday against Calhoun. And as a matter of fact, we'll have a couple of matches Saturday with Coyotes and Calhoun. Taylor tipping it over. Wood sending it right back. Calhoun and Coastal North at 1. Calhoun and Coastal South at 6 p.m. Saturday. Brenna Shelley serves. Alston will dig it out. Manning over to Taylor. Dinks it over. Bochelle gets to it. Wood blocked. Did it go out of bounds? It did, off Griffin. Coyotes within 2. All kinds of mediums by which to watch the game tonight, by the way. You can watch it on the website, JockJive.com. Jamont, blocked by Higgins. You can watch it on Facebook. You can watch it on YouTube. Take your pick. Shelley will serve in a 1-point game. Over to Holston. Setting up Taylor. Drives it. St. Amant able to get to it, but Bochelle can't bring it to the front line. Taylor will serve. Ah, that's right. Thank you very much, Dean. I looked at my calendar thinking that there was an overlap. There is no overlap. 27th of October is when the cross country starts. It is November, the week following, when volleyball gets underway at the Civic Center in Mobile. Hey, not only can I not do math, I can't read calendars. Jamont sending it over. Oh, there's a lot more I can't do. Just no need to, delve into it all here. So yeah, separate of the two, cross country the 27th, volleyball the next week. Play-in game on Thursday, and then the double elimination play starts on Friday, that first week in November. Edwards had some claw marks on that one as it went out. Higgins out and in to serve is Kelly. In a 1-point game. Taylor gets to it first. Manning tracks it down. Taylor the free ball over. A chance for the Coyotes to set up their offense. Dinked over by Chapman. Manning to Chapman. Hickman over to St. Amant. That is out of bounds off Jamont. Madison Kelly will serve. Floated over to Taylor. Shoved over to Thomas. Drives it from the left side. Setting up Edwards. Bangs it off King. Coyotes take their first lead in set number 3 and their first lead since winning set 1. Madison Kelly again on the serve. Taylor to King. Placed over by Flippin. Over to St. Amant's. Off Taylor. Bishop State asking for time as the Coyotes take a lead of 2.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
Coyotes with a 2-point lead. Bishop State asking for time in set 3. Madison Kelly continuing to serve. This is a big set 2 from a number of perspectives. I mean, obviously, Coastal North would like to take the lead 2-1. But it's a big set in that if you win it and then go on to lose to the Wildcats, as that is King's point, you've still forced the match to go 5. And if you get into a tiebreaker scenario, when head-to-head won't work, then it's who wins in the fewest games. And if you have 2 5-set matches, that erases that tiebreaker. Over it goes to St. Amant. So, for instance, if Bishop State goes on and wins tonight in 4, then they've got the advantage on the first tiebreaker because it took North 5 sets to win it when they played in Mobile. So if you win this set, if you were North, then the least number of sets you play if you lose is 5. That is off of Hickman. And we're tied at 20. Holstead serving. Over it goes to St. Amant. And she got the antenna. Wildcats reclaim the lead. Coyotes ask for time in a 21-20 game.
What's up, y'all? Here at Coastal Alabama. About to go and get this leg day started. Let's get it. We're here again after it today. You're... Oh! Hey, let's go, baby. Let's ride. Yes, sir.
.21 serving 20. Holston will serve. Coming out of the Coyote timeout, Hickman to Cadero. Launched over by Shelley. Manning setting up Taylor. Cadero able to get to it. Hickman with the back set over to St. Amant. Holston with a dig. King shoves it into the corner. Hickman able to get there. Back over to St. Amant. Blocked by Manning. Cadero setting up St. Amant again. And did it get fingertips? It didn't. Went out of bounds. Coyotes thought it got some fingers before it went out of bounds. The officials saw it otherwise. And now the officials will talk. Well, did it get fingertips? It banged off the net, went out of bounds. But did it get a wildcat before going out? The officials conferring. And now your two umpires, I make that two liaisons. Bochelle for the Coyotes, and I think that is Manning for the Wildcats. And it is. We'll relay the message on to each sideline, and now Coach Keshak would probably like an explanation. Chapman has been over to Coach Keshak. She is back at the officials' platform. And the three, or actually four officials, but I don't think the corner judge on the other side joined in on the conversation. Three officials did, and apparently the official has said, you know what, there's no need for any more discussion. Looked like Manning was headed back to the platform, but the official said, no need. Well, Coach Keshak says, you know what, I'll talk to the official right here by me then. So Coach Keshak in a conversation with the official near the scorer's table. Well, I've got the solution. They can't do it here, but you can, and then scroll back. And scroll back on your media player and find the spot where St. Amant drove it into the net. It was headed out. But a Wildcat apparently got a finger on it. And that has created a roughly 5 to 7 minute delay. And now our official on the sidelines is conversing with the scores table, and that might be in regards to a 21-21 score. That even with a point added, it should be 22-21. No, we're going to stay put at 21 each. Bochelle serving it over. Holston gets to it. Back set King. Hickman pumps it over to Bochelle, setting up St. Amant. Holston to the backcourt. Manning over to Taylor. Blocked by Wood. Coyotes by one. Bochelle to serve. Floats it to Holston. Manning over to Taylor. Dinks it across. Kelly able to get there. Setting up Shelley. Shoves it over. Holston. That is King, who will get the kill and knot it up at 22. Chapman serving. 22 each. Hickman there first. Over to Wood. Drives it off Holston. Coyotes by 1. St. Amant in to serve. Higgins back onto the floor for the Coyotes. St. Amant serving 23, serving 22, and now Coach Keshak, another conversation with our side umpire, who is in direct line of communication via two ways with our umpire on the platform. And here we go with St. Amant serve into the net. $23 each. Layla Manning serving. Clears the net. Higgins gets to it. Back to Higgins. Drives it. Chapman able to get to it. It is tipped over by Griffin. Wildcats a point away from a 2-1 lead. Chapman with a serve. She'll drop it in front of the inline. And Bishop State will win set number 3 and take a 2-1 lead going into 4.
About to start my day, but first, coffee. Here with my coastal crew. Woo! And that's how I end my day at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
The University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
It's early here at Coastal Alabama, but I'm going to head over to the student union and maybe meet some friends, and then I'll head to class. Hey! I finally made it to class. See you later, Coastal fam.
Must-win set for Coastal Alabama North. They want to wrap up a spot in postseason, and not just a spot in postseason. They don't want to be in that play-in game on Thursday night. Tipped over by, and this one works. You're into postseason if you're one of the top 4 teams, but if you're one of the top 3, you're already into the double elimination part. You don't have to worry about that play-in game on Thursday. If Coastal North wins tonight, then they avoid the worries, at least until you get to the tournament. If they don't win tonight, then it could still be the 3, but they will need a little help. And, of course, could get that help. Holston misfiring because Bishop State has got the toughest part of the South Division still to come. A meeting against Enterprise State, currently number 2. A meeting against LBW, currently number 1 in the South. St. Amant with the serve. Griffin will go long. In 4-set matches, Wildcats haven't lost this year. They've only been in 1 against Pearl River. Taylor into the net. St. Amant again serving. Chapman gets there first. Manning with a set over to Taylor. Dinks it over the front line. Boschel gets to it. Hickman to Higgins. Holston with a bump. Tossed over by Griffin. Boschel able to get to it. Wood drives it. Holston digs it out. Taylor. Tipped back over by Wood. Chapman able to dig it out. Two-handed shove by Holston. Back set to Wood. Holston again able to get to it. Griffin into the net. 4 hits on the Wildcat side of the net. Coastal Alabama North is 3-5 in 4-set matches. Too long on the serve. It is 2 serving 4. Served up by Manning. Higgins gets there first. Bumped over to Woods. Dinks it across. Chapman to Manning. Griffin. Little dink. Higgins got there. Hickman bumps it over to Wood. Drops it over. Taylor going long. But apparently fingertips while going long. 4-3 game. And Manning again on the serve. Coastal North trying to get the 6-6 at home. Bishop State trying to go 3-4 away. Brenna Shelley serving. Holston to Chapman, bumped over to Taylor. Drives it. And it's a 1-point game. Bishop State number 4 in the conference in kills percent at 11.5. Coastal North number 8 at nearly 11. Wood blocked by Griffin. Already mentioned the hitting. Bishop State number 2 at 223. Coastal North number 7 hitting 190 as a team. Over to Edwards. Chapman able to get there. Bumped over to Thomas. Blocked by Wood. Higgins pulls it off the net. Higgins able to send it back across. Back set for Jamont. St. Amant. Boschel digs it. Slapped over by Higgins. Assist percent. Bishop State number 6 in the conference 9.88. Bishop State make that Coastal North 8 at 9.48. Bumped over to Thomas, and she'll go long. Blocks a set. This team's back to back. Bishop State 6 at 1.72. Coastal North 7 at 1.6. Thomas, free ball over. St. Amand. I think she thought Bochelle was going to get the first pass. Two very good serving teams. As Griffin will launch it over. Bishop State number 1 in the conference in aces per set. Flippin able to get there. And Coastal North number 3. Dinked over by Higgins. Flippin with a set for Manning. Into the backcourt to Canero. Over to Bochelle. Drives it. Griffin able to get to it. Thomas from the left side. We're tied at 7. Timeout on the floor in a 7-7 game in the fourth.
It's the dreaded appointment. You've put it off long enough. You've run out of excuses. And now you've got to face your fears head on. Fortunately, there's someone there who won't hold your feelings against you. Somebody whose efforts instead will give you your best selfie smile. You'll thank her when it's over. Be somebody. Enroll in the dental assisting program at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Seven apiece in set number 4. Griffin serving. Coyotes trying to take the lead here early in set 4. Able to pull it off the net was King and bumped over by Jamont. Higgins drives it. It will drop. Coyotes take the 1-point lead. Madison Kelly serving. 8 serving 7. Thomas, the ace for Kelly. Kelly came into the night with 16. Adds an ace to the total and will serve again. Manning bumping it over to Thomas. Thomas from the left side. Dug out by Kelly. Canero shoves it over with the left hand. Setting up Jamont. Drives it. Canero got to it, but couldn't get it to her teammates on that front line. Jaden Jemison serving. 14 aces for Jemison. 1 attack and 1 kill. Hey, that's pretty good odds. Saved by Bochelle after the King block. Into the backcourt, St. Amand goes long. Jemison again serving. Hickman getting to it first, shoved over to St. Amand. And St. Amand able to drive it down the line. Well, again, as I mentioned in the prior set, this now becomes a must-win set in so many different ways for Coastal North. Off the ceiling, Cadero, St. Amant. Chapman able to get there. Driven back over by Shelley. Check that. Into the net for Shelley. Knotted up at 10. With Holston serving. But again, if you get this to a 5-set match, if you are North, you basically take one of the advantages in the tiebreaker away from Bishop State. And kind of make it dead even again in that particular tiebreaker scenario. Taylor off Cadero. Four out of the North takes 4 on out of the South in the play-in game. As Shelley serves it or sends it into the net. And the Coyotes desperately needing this set. Call for time.
Preparing for surgery is like getting ready for the big game. You arrive early. You get your mind right. You make sure every tool is ready and the team has the right equipment. Your patient may never know your name. They may never realize that somebody cared enough to ensure all the little tasks were done right. But that's okay. You do. Be somebody. Enroll in the Surgical Technology program at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Hey, a reminder to follow us Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. If it's a free service, we latch on to it. So follow us, befriend us. We'll appreciate it. And whether you're watching on YouTube or not, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. JockJive Sports Live. JockJive Sports Live. Holston serving as we get back to the volleyball. Back set to Bochelle. Backed up to get him inside the antenna. Manning setting up King. Hickman's there. Cadero. Over to Shelley. Off Chapman and Holston. Served up by Bochelle. Tracked down by Holston. Chapman with the free ball that's out. And we are tied up at 12 each. Served over by Bochelle. Taylor with the tip over. St. Amant into the backcourt to Holston. Manning sending it to Bochelle. Hickman setting up Cadero. Holston able to get to it again. King, but Hickman got a hand on it. Tip to the other side of the floor by St. Amant, but Cadero couldn't get a pass off. Bishop State by 1. Chapman, 17 aces, the 0-59 hitter. Sending it to Kelly. Back set to Shelley. Blocked by King. Tip back over by St. Amant. Wait, somebody got in the net. Instead of a tie game, 2-point Bishop State lead. Chapman again serving. Bochelle. Free ball sent over by Cadero, setting up Griffin. Shelley with a block. St. Amant serving. Floats it over to Jemison. Bump back over to Higgins. Into the backcourt, Chapman. Taylor with a free ball. Setting up Higgins, drives it into the backcourt. Chapman able to get to it. Taylor dinks it over. Dug out by Bochelle. Pulled off the net by Higgins. Hickman sends it over. And is swatted across by Griffin. Layla Manning serving 20 aces this year. For the freshman, the .394 hitter. Over it goes to Higgins. Drives it across. Holston got to it first. Jamont into the net. Brenna Shelley will serve. Chapman able to dig it out. Taylor sending it to Shelley. Cadero drives it. Holston got there. Over to Edwards. Tips it over with the left hand. Manning able to get to it. Taylor driving it. Shelley in the backcourt over to Higgins. From the left side, drives it off Jamont. We are tied at 15. Coyotes 10 away from a set 5. Wildcats 10 away from a win. Make that 9. Tamaria Taylor serving 11 aces for the 187 hitter. Floats it over to Cadero. Hickman bumps it to Edwards. Free ball sent over. Setting up Griffin, drives it. Bochel's there. Higgins from the left side. Chapman able to get to it. Thomas from the left side and will hit it off Bochel. Taylor serves. Hickman's there first. Cadero driving it over. Manning to Chapman. Back over to Jamont, and she'll send it into the net. (16) serving 17. Cadero with the serve. Griffin slams it over Cadero there. Hickman over to Higgins. Into the backcourt, Chapman. Able to get there. Thomas with a bump. Free ball sent over by Flippin. Back over it goes to Higgins. Chapman again to it. Thomas from the left side. Hickman got to it. Over to Edwards. Drives it once. Drives it twice. Chapman with the dig. Bochel pulling it off the net. Drives it into the backcourt. Flippin got a hand on it. Couldn't get a shot off. Tied at 17. And Manning slow getting up. Manning key to the offense and defense of Bishop State. $17 apiece. Set number 4. Coyotes won a 5th set. Wildcats want to end it here. Serving is Cadero. Flipping to Manning. Thomas. St. Amant returning. And we're sending it into the backcourt. Over it goes to DeMont. Into the corner. Played off the roof by Bochel. Free ball sent over by Hickman. Little joust to the net. Higgins and company will win it. Lead goes to 1. Coyotes would love to put some distance between they and the Wildcats. Hickman able to get there. Back over it goes to Higgins. Dinks it over. Manning underneath. Chapman bumping it to Thomas. St. Amant. Cadero shoves it over. Chapman able to get there. Griffin. Hickman digs it out. Back over to Higgins. Drives it. That'll head this way. Coyotes by 2 in a Bishop State timeout.
You're organized, driven, focused, ready to create the life of luxury in the most beautiful and unique locations, locally and around the world. Discover hospitality management at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Coastal North a 19-17 lead in a must-win set 4 for the Coyotes. Won the opening set, Bishop State the next 2. Setting up Jamont. Able to block Edwards. Setting up Jamont again. This time goes long. Cadero again serving. Floats it over to Chapman. Manning with a set to Thomas. Hickman digs it out. Cadero pumps it over to Higgins. Free ball sent over by Higgins. Griffin off Edwards and out of bounds. Serve back to the Wildcats. Cadero back set. Higgins playing the right side. Driven over by Edwards. But into the net. Scratch the point. Add it to the other side of the floor. Looked like an Edwards kill, but instead it is a Bishop State point and a 1-point game. Sending a Bochelle, takes it over. Bumped over to Thomas. St. Amant able to get to it. Higgins will tip it over. And then it is driven over by King. Tied at 20 each. 3-0 run for the Wildcats, turning a 2017 game into a 20 each game. Shoved over by Cadero. Coyotes by 1. Madison Kelly serving. That will go long. 21 each. Jaden Jemison serving for Bishop State. 14 aces for Jemison. Cadero able to track down an errant toss. That will go through the Thomas block. Coyotes 3 away from forcing a 5th set. Little joust in the net. Schelling sending it back over. Thomas able to get to it. Another little joust. Bump back over to Manning. That'll go into the net from King. 4 hits on the Bishop State side of the floor. Hickman serving. Setting up King. Cadero over to St. Amant. That is blocked out of bounds. Coyotes by 3 at set point. Bishop State asking for time.
Discover pastry baking at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Huge set point here. Jemison able to track it down, Flippin sending it over. Hickman, Canero to St. Amant. Nice save by Flippin. Setting up King, and King will tip it over. Another big set point coming up. And again, why such major significance? Yeah, it's sending it into set number 5 again. If you're the Coyotes and you go to 5, it nullifies a potential advantage in a tiebreaker scenario for Bishop State. So North needs a 5-set game. They'll get it. 25-22. We're tied up at 2 and going to the 5th and final set.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master electrical and mechanical skills, process controls, hydraulics and pneumatics, and land a job that can take you anywhere. Start your path to a career that pays. Discover electrical and instrumentation technology at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
You made it. You went further than even you believed. You took your friends, your teammates, teachers, and coaches. You needed Dad, but Mom was there through it all. See, you didn't do it alone. It took a united effort. It also took you. United Baseball is a full-time organization focused on development and advancement of athletes. If you're a high school-age baseball player with a desire to play at the next level, you could be next. Log on to unitedbaseball.org to learn more.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
As I mentioned, one, I don't know if you want to call it an albatross, but it is a potential burden. And that is if the match ended in 4, then a tiebreaker scenario would thus benefit Bishop State, at least the first of the tiebreakers. So that's been kind of nullified. It's been neutralized. As we get into set number 5, and if, of course, where Coastal North is concerned, they're like, we don't want to end in a tie. We want to just win it tonight, finish third. But in the event you get to the end of the season and it's tied up at 5 each, 5-5 in conference play, then you want to knock out the tiebreakers that are to your disadvantage. And had this ended at 4 with a Bishop State win, that would have been a disadvantage for the Coyotes. So that's scratched off the board. Chapman into the net. We're tied at 1. So if I am understanding correctly, and if you get into a tiebreaker, next would be margin of victory in sets. Griffin misfiring. And just a brief look unofficially would lead one to believe that would favor, at least at the moment, and depending, of course, on the outcome of this one, favor the Coyotes. Over goes to Taylor. Tips it over. Shelley got a hand on it. Couldn't get a pass off. Tied at 2. Coastal Alabama North still has Enterprise State in their division on the 19th here, and we'll have that one for you. Bishop State still has Enterprise State and LBW. And is blocked by Griffin. Manning serving. Layla Manning, the freshman, driving it over. Hickman got to it first. Boschel plays it off the ceiling. Wood sending it over. Sending up Griffin, and Griffin will swat it across. Our next volleyball coming up on Saturday. We'll be right back here. Calhoun playing North. And then at 6 o'clock Saturday night, Calhoun and Coastal South. Griffin shoving it across. Boschel able to get there. Setting up Wood, drives it. And is blocked by Griffin. Over to Higgins. Holston's got it. Backs at Manning, Jamont. And the lead goes to 3 from Bishop State. Timeout on the floor, Coyotes.
What's up, y'all? Here at Coastal Alabama. I'm about to go and get this leg day started. Let's get it. We're here again after it today. Hey, let's go, baby. Let's ride. Yes, sir.
Manning serves as we come out of the timeout and delivers with an ace. Again, Manning serving. Over the top of the net, Higgins able to get there. Boschel off the ceiling, but St. Amant able to send it over. Back set to Jamont. Wood gets underneath. Boschel setting up Higgins. And into the backcourt. Well, if you are looking at margin of victory in sets, The first time these two teams met as Jamont delivers. I am doing the math right now. Looks like the total margin of victory would be 10. If I'm doing the math correctly, which that's a big if. In their September 6th matchup. Launched over by Carrero. Bumped over by Thomas. St. Amant able to get there. Edwards into the backcourt. Over goes to Thomas. Off Edwards. And the ladies will swap sides of the floor. I'm doing the math on today's well, if my math is correct, and again, that is a big if. For Bishop State to take the advantage over Coastal Alabama North in the second of the tiebreaker, if we get to a tiebreaker, as Higgins drops it over. They've got to win by 8 in this final set. Bishop State does. If they don't win by 8 and you get into a tiebreaker, then the advantage in the tiebreaker would belong to the Coyotes. If I'm understanding these tiebreaker rules correctly, which again, with a little asterisk by things. And remember too that anytime Robert says something, it is unofficial. Over it goes to St. Amant. Flippin, picking it up in the backcourt. Chapman bumping it over to Thomas, and Thomas sends it into the net. Hickman serves. Setting up St. Amant. Drives it off of King. And you got a timeout on the floor asked for by Bishop State.
About to start my day, but first, coffee. Here with my coastal crew. Woo! And that's how I end my day at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Hickman serving up an ace. Coyotes within one. Nine-8 game, 8 serving 9. And again, if my math is right, what that point did was take away the possibility of a loss of 8 or more, which has ramifications in the event of a tie. Speaking of tie, and I, of course, talking about an end-of-the-season conference game tie. Here we are knotted up at 9 in set number 5. Tipped over by Thomas. Back over it goes to St. Amant. Sat on the net, comes back over. Thomas driving it. Bishop State taking the 1-point lead. Braden Holston serving. Hickman there first. Canero pumping it over to St. Amant. Drives it into the backcourt. Holston there. Over to King. St. Amant able to dig it out. Hickman sending it to the mid part of the floor. Over to Taylor. Taylor will drive it off Kelly. Canero setting up Shelley. Chapman able to save it. Over it goes to St. Amant. It is blocked by King and by Manning. Timeout on the floor. Coyotes.
It's early here at Coastal Alabama, but I'm going to head over to the student union and maybe meet some friends, and then I'll head to class. I finally made it to class. See you later, Coastal fam.
Served over by Holston. Canero shoving it over to St. Amant. Able to fist it across. Back over from Manning. Back set Canero. Bochelle. That goes out off Taylor. Bochelle will serve. Holston got to it first. Manning with a back set. It is driven over by King. Wildcats 2 away from a win. Coyotes 5 away from taking and confirming spot 3 in the South Division of the ACCC. Chapman with a serve. Setting up Canero. Goes to Holston in the backcourt. And you had 2 hits from Manning. St. Amant to serve. In front of a full house in Bruton, Alabama. Holston able to dig it out. Manning shoving it over to Taylor. Dinks it across. Able to get there. Shelley. Free ball sent over by St. Amant. Manning bumping it over. Setting up Higgins. Into the backcourt, Holston. Little joust. Swatted over by Griffin. And Bishop State at set point and match point. That is off Higgins, and there is your ball game. So Bishop State gets revenge, lost in a 5-set match in Mobile on their home floor. They get revenge on the Coastal North floor. There's your final, 25-15, 25-22. I'll make that 25-15, 25-21, 25-23, 25-22, and 15-11. With North taking sets 1 and 4. Bishop State taking 2, 3, and 5. But again, I like the odds if you get to a tiebreaker scenario. And where Coastal North is concerned, you knock off Enterprise State, then you're potentially looking at a tiebreaker. If LBW and Enterprise State knocks off Bishop State, you're looking at Coastal North with sole possession of third. Still a lot to be decided in the next week and a half to 2 weeks. This one, though, a Bishop State win. For all the folks with all the Coastals and JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, and thanks for watching.